me check something real quick. Jenkum. Date. Skater. Nope. No new episodes yet. What's up? Good evening, good morning, whenever you're tuning in. Welcome to the No Mongol Podcast, a weekly show about all things Worble. That's right. My name's Rick Beta, and you can follow along on social media at Rick Beta, RickBata, or email the show, nomongolpodcast@gmail.com. Either way, you know where to find me. So yeah, I mentioned all things Worble. That's going to be the gist of the main part of this episode, only because you know, Worble and Cobra Man's Worble World. My gosh, it's a lot of Warble. Say that real fast. Worble World, Worble. The video dropped last week. And I know I had to just write down a ton of notes. A ton. I'm looking at them right now. I mean, for one, it's Worble, right? When they drop a new video, I kind of move them up the ranks of my list. Okay, I wanted to watch this video. Nope, I'm going to move it up to the top. And they never disappoint. Never. And this time around, it was 37 minutes and 33 seconds of just epic skating. Talking fun, mayhem, Cobra Man's tunes. And what's crazy about this brand, it dawned on me, is that they're almost too good. Now, hear me out. Like almost too cool as well. And they don't even really need to try that hard either. That's the kicker. They're not trying hard to be cool. They just are. They're not trying to be really, really good. They just are. They're not trying to one-up everybody. They just are. That's the kicker. I mean, they just rule. And they don't even have a problem doing it. It's effortless for them. And then Worble Home Video Entertainment, just the intro, it's always got me so excited. Kind of like, I was trying to think, is it the old Orion movies? Is that the one? The one that comes to mind is Last Starfighter. Old school movie heads will know what I'm talking about. I don't even think that company exists anymore. But yeah, I think of The Last Starfighter or just cheesy 80 movies that I loved. And it brings me back. But, and that graphic they had with the Cobra going into the light, into the fire. Is there some meaning behind that? I didn't get to look it up, but I wrote it down. Cobra going into the light, ? Meaning. They went into the fire. Am I overthinking it? Probably. You're nodding your head. Yeah. But one of the main men of the hour, Steve Mull, got things started off. Always a pleasure to watch. I mean, I'd love to get inside his brain one day. Especially I especially loved his no comply variations. All of them. Especially the one where he kind of tapped down on that wood post. Yes. I mean, they went crazy. That's what I'm holding my hand. That's like a 4-inch by 4-inch post to most, right? And this 50-50, the no comply to 50-50, that was pretty ridiculous, okay? Because that bad boy was approached backside. So, yeah, I'm going to have to ask you to come in on Saturday. Yeah. I mean, I can't do those either way. But backside seems pretty gnarly, though. Because you think about it, at least with frontside, it would make, the leap of death, to jump back on the board less scary. At least for me, I'm trying to think which one. You tell me, Rick, you got to do one or the other, dude. Got to all in. $5,000. I'll give you it. I'd have to try it frontside. And that would be awkward as hell. No comply to 50-50. Because you have to you got to pop it right. And you got to have it kind of smack your knee perfectly. And you kind of have to poke your knee down so the board kind of levels out and just land on it. It's crazy. But doing that backside, come on. That's way too awkward, especially because you put your foot down on the left side of the board. If you kind of did it like Ray Barbie style and put your, you popped and your right foot was on the other side, on the right side of the board, that's just gnarly too. But either way, that's crazy. That was sick. Sick, Steve. Sick. And Poppy Star got things going with her epic grass, bodyboarding / Steve ramp, as they called it. This is the Steve ramps, kind of like the Jackass style. I mean, no wonder they turned her pro recently, Actually, you know what? Congrats, Poppy. And as per her comment at the end of the part, she said, if I record a 2.5 minute part, I get paid. That's what she said at the start. She's like, and you know me, I just had to get the timer out. I pulled out my phone. I went, you know what? Let's see if this happens. But of course, more on that in a sec, because I need to talk about what we heard during her part. I mean, Poppy, I think she had my favorite track of the video, but it didn't matter because they were all good. You want to know why they were all good? Because it was all Cobra Man. And I didn't believe it at first. I'm like, what? No, every single... What? The range they had? Different styles? I'm like, that couldn't be. But I went on the skate video site, right? For all the music, and it was all there. Cobra Man, Cobra Man, Cobra Man. But it got me thinking, though, how unfair is it to other brands that don't have like a band like Cobra Man by their side, that have their backs, at their disposal? None. No, right? I mean, they make everything better. Just when they're on screen, it's fun to watch. But when you hear their audio, I love their style. I love their sense of humor. And I like their songs. Exactly right up my alley. But a lot of people don't seem bothered by that. That they have the Cobra Man advantage. Epic soundtrack after epic soundtrack. Like, where's the outrage? What are you pissed off about? Is it not that? I'm surprised more people aren't. Worble and Cobra Man, they've got the upper hand. Man. They do. It's just like I said, it just almost seems unfair to have that much epic gnarliness to their video parts. Both audio and visually. And whether or not she completed the 2.5 minute part to get paid, according to my number, she did. Because her part started out around, okay, I'm looking at it. So it was the 7-minute, 27-second part. So 7 minutes and 27 seconds, right around that part. And it wrapped up right around the 10-minute part. I think 10 minute right on the dot. It's like, so it sounds like Poppy should have gotten paid. And y'all better have tossed over some ducats, some Skrilla her way. I mean, am I aging myself with those words? They still use those words? Ducats? I don't know. Whatever. But I think it counts. She had 2.5 minute part. But before I move on from Poppy, how do I say this and not get upset? Don't think I didn't notice the bird right around 8:39. That little birdie was flying high. The hell did we do to you? Everyone just made you pro. They just made you pro. What did we do to deserve that, Poppy? Yeah, I'm calling you out for that one for sure. Indeed, I'm not going to let that slide. I think I saw 2 birds in this video, right? But only one for Poppy. I noticed that. Very subtle. In the middle of your little 2-trick run there, 2-trick line, little drop downs. Bird was flying high. But I guess, speaking of flying high, nice segue to Dave Mull, just whenever you see Dave kind of walking around, kind of looking around, and looking up and down, kind of scanning the area, he's only moments from jumping on top of a roof to skate on, skate up, climb up, skate off of, and we got that. And if you pause it right at 10:10, you can get like a dose of sweaty palms. Actually, what was that about? I wrote down, was that 8 feet? That was pretty big, because if you look at the pavement below, those probably look like 4-foot chunks, right? But his first attempt was insane. I mean, he got the gap, got the kickflip, got the next gap, only to be I think he was leaning a little too forward. I don't think there was any rock or anything, but he got pitched to the ground. Whoo, his rollaway saved him there. Saved him. And it was only a couple degrees forward or backward. Could have been disastrous for him. Disastrous. I'm talking like Jamie Foy level disaster. That's no joke. Like it could. I'm surprised I didn't look away, but I was like, oh! But he always has a nice way of making you laugh, during his moments, facing dangers. Oh gosh, let me focus. I can do this. His tryout for Tarzan. That was a good attempt. 11:09. If you don't believe me, I'll give you a minute to go check it out. 11:09. I mean, he knew right away that he didn't get the part, but that was hilarious. I mean, even the paparazzi, they were all over this debacle. You see all the flashes? Dude is on his way to becoming a Hollywood star. Tarzan in the making. Better luck next time, though. Come on, Dave. Don't give it up. You got this, man. Tarzan, I can see Tarzan in your future. It works out for you. You got the look. But if acting doesn't pan out, I know he's got a bright future as a stuntman. I'm calling it now. Sluggo, you better watch your back, dude. Yeah. Dave's right behind you, breathing heavily after trying all his stunts. Stunt double. Yeah, Mr. Mole's coming for your job. And don't believe me? Pause it at 11:55. Yeah, see, your silence is deafening out there. Stuntman in the making. Maybe Sluggo can be his mentor. So here's how I do it. Here's how you should do it. Whoa, you're a little too aggro, dude. Slow down. Alex Ferrara, cough, cough, man ramp. He had a great part and an epic song. I said, of course it was because it's Cobra Man. But what I wrote down in my notes is I just forget how fast the guy skates. Because, we all know him. Most of the people know him they see him as man ramp, of course. But dude skates fast. He got pitched a couple times. What was that one where it was kind of a the bumpty bump or whatever? He was like, whoop, whoop. I think he was doing that, approaching it fakey. He was getting pitched. But dude is a beast on a board. I forget about that all the time. He just skates so damn fast. And let's all take a moment to appreciate the fantastic camera work starting at 15 minutes and 6 seconds. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Very nice. 15:06. Great camera work. I don't know if I could do that. Not as smoothly. And to have everyone in frame. But for as much as I love this team, the Worble team in general, I kind of was crushed. Or actually, no, it kind of hit me. I guess it hit me hard. But on the 16-minute, 28-second point, that I knew that I could never be on their team. I just don't have what it takes. And I'm not even talking about skating. Not skating-wise. I'm talking dancing-wise. I don't have moves like that. Dancing lessons, couldn't help me. Asked my wife. Guaranteed. We saved a lot of money. She's like, no. We're not going there. So I was kind of bummed. And I had dreams of skating for the team. I don't care how old I am. My skill level is not like that. My dreams of skating for that team were shattered. But, and this is a good but, I didn't see Cookie in that group. So was that intentional? I mean, that's promising. Do we have something in common? Cookie, I'm talking to you now, Cookie. Do we have something? We both can't dance, right? Now I'm really throwing you in, huh? You're like, what? Wait, whoa. I mean, I know he can play like a mean piano and wipe sweat from his forehead and just give that look and just heat wave. Wipe it like a boss. Play that piano, but can he not dance, or was he just busy, or was he hurt? Yeah, a lot of you guys, probably you guys thinking, like, dude, you're overthinking it, Rick. Slow down. Who cares? Just a dance. No, this is important. Because they're all, hey, Rick, we're going to ask you to join the team. Yeah, no. Yeah, you can. Well, we're going to ask you to give us a 2-minute and 29-second part so that we don't have to pay you. And then also, if you could do like a 4-minute dance part, then then you can stay on the team. Like, I can't do that. Anyway, but maybe there's some hope for me. I don't know. I just can't take choreography, like any. So I'm going to decline this offer, Worble. I'm sorry. It's just not going to work out. So, oh well, whatever. Janthavi, did I say that right? Norton? Has some moves, though. And there's obviously reasons why she's on the team. And I love that montage, all the epic skating that followed after that. So many hand flips is what I wrote down. Who was the guy that hand flips? I didn't write it down. I was too lazy to look it up on the in the credits. But who's doing all those hand flips? Because I'm not trying those. Like, you try them. Those are hard. I think Beeble had some good ones back in the day. What he did them in, what was it? Yeah, right? It's good hand flips. Those are hard. Jared Smith is all out there impressing the crowds. You see that woman's reaction? 2002. She just was like, oh my. And you know, it made her day. She told everyone she saw about it for weeks. You know, even at the Trader Joe's, checkout line. She's like, oh, hey, I saw a skater. And then every skater she sees from the on, I saw this guy. He did this thing down this handrail. It was insane. And it was like, oh, okay, yeah. But she told everyone about that. That's impressive. So well done, Jared. Pleasing the normies out there, like shocking the world. That was pretty gnarly, though. Eunice Chang is such a perfect fit on Worble. That's what I wrote down. I mean, it shows every time she's on the screen, like, great vibes. I know I've talked about her before. She would make any skate video better. And I think I've said that before too. Like, just throw in your video. If you guys are kind of like, I don't know, we just don't have the kind of the vibe or the sense of humor that we want, just call her up. Have her record something for you. Pay her too, But guaranteed, it would be hilarious. Is great vibe, great sense of humor, and she kills it on four wheels. So, and I basically challenge you to not smile while watching her part or any of her parts. It's impossible. I think she's probably the favorite skater on that team, though. Like, real talk. And Man Ramp did what Man Ramp always does. This was actually, they released this video a few months back, so a lot of us already saw this part. But, he's out there entertaining the masses, but most importantly, taking one for the team. And there were some cool new variations in there this time around. I think they did some ones where he kept flipping the back up, and they would either like tap it or tail tap it or punch it back, stuff like that. So I'm still a fan of Man Ramp, although honestly, I don't get as excited as I did maybe like last year. I don't know if it's just because we don't see enough, or maybe I do need even more variations. But I noticed that I'm not as excited, because I was talking like, I want a Man Ramp show, I want it every week. I think the amount of time that we see Man Ramp is plenty enough. That way we don't get sick of them. I don't want to get sick of them. But I don't get me wrong. I always enjoy seeing what Man Ramp has to offer. I didn't get as stoked this time around. So I don't know. I just had to point that out. And Chris Cookie Colborn. I could go on and on about this dude. The milk crate trick. I wrote down, what do you even call that? Is it like an ollie rocket boost? And you see how far that milk crate shot out? Feels like something out of like a video game. That's got to be a world record, though. Someone call out Guinness. Call up Rob Deerdeck. Go have them measure that. That was massive. Well, what do you call that? It's like an ollie rocket boost out to thingy. As he said, I'll take that one. That was pretty exciting. Yeah, I mean, what else would you have done with that, Chris? Kickflip out instead? Kickflip to milk crate rocket boost. Yeah? Damn, I don't know. Yeah, I'll take that one too. That was pretty exciting. What the hell do we call that? And I wrote down these 3 words too. Golf cart boneless. That was pretty fun. Yeah, stop those dudes in their tracks. That was probably what, I'm just guessing. I've never been to that course. They're driving over a bridge. That's probably like either number 7 or 8. I don't know if that would be a 9. It could be 9 going into 10, but I'm just guessing that was hole number 8. Stop those dudes in their tracks. You want to know what's so funny about his long ass curved backside, 50-50 at 27.44? I immediately thought, I wonder how easily he convinced the homeowners to let him skate there. Knocking on the door. It's like, excuse me, I'm skate for this, this brand. I have these shoes. I need to record here. Do you mind if I did? And what do you know? It'd just take a couple minutes. Seconds later, of course, he's doing his magic, and what do you know? The rail's getting painted. That's what he does. He offers up to paint or restore, the said rail or whatnot at someone's house, and look what happened. But I had to point this out though. Notice those brush strokes. He does it way faster than like Mr. Miyagi or anyone showed us in the past. Anything you've learned. Chris has places to go, people to see, other rails to paint, other rails to grind, on to the next. Dude was brushing like he was in a hurry. And what was up with that Karen about 28 minutes in? I mean, has she lost her mind? I need more of a backstory on this one, but I think I can guess. So hear me out. She believes that she owns all of the houses on the streets, especially maybe the one that was right in front of her, and all the stuff nearby, and then protecting them from those darn skateboarders all around. I mean, woman was willing to go to jail to do so, to protect her property or someone else's property. I don't know if it was actually her house, but running people over with your vehicle it's not a good look. It's not a good take, Karen. Not a good idea. What are you in for? Oh, I backed over a skateboarder skating the rail in front of my house. I didn't give him a chance to paint it over for me and actually make it look nicer than it was originally. But I guess if that was her house, I can maybe see why she would be a little upset. But just remember, Cookie's going to make your handrail look good. To any future homeowners out there, you probably wouldn't hear this, but just if he knocks on your door, just let him do it. Yeah. Oh, you got paint? Okay, cool. Yeah, make it look good. Good luck, man. He's going to make it look better than when he arrived. That's what he does. That's why he's one of the best to do it. In fact, I've been holding off on, painting this. We have a small, literally, I'd say it's a 2-stair handrail in my backyard. Just a little one. They go out to my back porch. And I'm holding on to painting that just in case Chris randomly stops by and just happens to stumble upon my backyard. I don't know why he's in there, but you won't see me trying to mow him down. No, I'll be like, go for it, dude. All you can do is a caveman on there. Well, actually, no, with him, let's see, the rail is probably about a foot long. Yeah, he'll probably do some tricks on there. But yeah, dude, you could caveman that. Just can paint it. Black's fine, dude. Black, yeah, that's fine. But that woman got to him because, Chris looked heated after that attempt. He looked so heated. He even looked at the car, stared it down. Oh, this woman. He even got a damn it. She even got a damn it out of him. Lady, you pissed off Cookie, and now you have to feel the wrath. We all have to feel the wrath. Thanks. However, I almost screamed out loud, when he eventually went back and got the make. I was like, yes, redemption. I can't believe I doubted you. I thought it was kind of a one and done. I mean, of course you're going to go back. And of course you're going to go get the make. And of course it could be edited in a way to make it initially look like, he was done with that spot. That's the magic of editing. Great job. Great job. You fooled me. And you totally redeemed yourself. But Chris he had me laughing out loud for this video. Yeah, that 50-50, 31-28. The one where he casually ollies over the post knob, mid-grind. No big deal, right? What's more insane is that it is way more difficult on a rail like that, of that size. I mean, there's no room for error and hardly any time to think. He had to ollie and ollie out so fast because of that pole, cap at the end too. It's like, come on, man. Why do you got to do us like that? Checking my notes. Oh, 34-28. Was that a nod to Mike Moe? Because if so, it worked for me. That's all I wrote down. I was like, huh, okay. That was interesting. Oh, yes. Oh, of course. Of course. The best is for last. And I literally mean last. So almost at the very end of the video, for those of you that stuck around, 36-26, okay? Right there. I remember the last video when I talked about it. I requested more of that. I begged for more of that. And we got more, but not enough. That is not going to cut it for me, guys. I can't accept that. It was a finger flip, drop kick, kick flip is what I wrote down. That's just an appetizer, though. I'm still hungry, starving for more of that content. I need to talk to the manager right now. But that was so awesome. Finger flip, drop kick, kick flip. Toady contender right there. Toady. And what did he do before? He kind of did a sluggo barrel roll with the board to a finger flip, drop kick, kick flip. Epic. What a year we're having, 2023, huh? But all I have to say is thank you. Thank you, Worble. Thank you to the team. I love you, and I love this so much. This was epic. If you haven't seen it yet, why not? Just, if anything, even if worst case scenario, put it on as just background and just rock out to the tunes. Yeah. You'll be loving it. You'll be digging the vibe. And then you'll be kind of looking, oh, yeah, oh, there is some good skating in there. It's the best of both worlds. And as I said earlier, that's unfair. Unfair to all the other brands out there because they don't have this. They don't have this at their disposal. They don't have a Cobra Man. The full soundtrack for their video. Insane. Get some water. So yeah, I pretty much only wanted to talk about Worble this episode, and that's kind of what I did. But some other stuff that I did consume last week, Trent McClung, he had me actually staying up late to watch his new part, Awake. And honestly, it didn't take much effort to do so, to keep me awake, because he had me right from the start. Once my ears caught wind of the song selection. Yes, which I was surprised to discover that hadn't been ABD yet. Very surprising, right? I tried to look before this show, and I did not see anyone had used that song. Such a great song. Go check it out. Check out his latest edit right now. I'll put it in the notes below. David Gonzalez's Cold Call was time well spent, and he's only asking for 8 minutes and 7 seconds of your time. That's it. He's not even asking for donations. Just 807. He had some good insight into what he's been up to lately. And you saw where he was brought up, as a child. And I guess it was a pretty rough neighborhood, but not like the toughest neighborhood. I can't remember what he called it. It's kind of like ghetto light or something, like hood light. Like, there's something like he was from the hood, but not like the hood, So it was interesting. Oh, and a spoiler alert. Dude can still tear it up on 4 wheels. Yeah, shocked to no one, right? He's still killing it. Another video. Oh, I was actually surprised to find this out. Puma, they still have a skate shoe and a team, but not here in Japan. So Forever, Faster, and Push was the title of their nice little 5-minute, 51-second video. And I mean, it looks like they've come a long way. It's the days of Joey Brzezinski. I know he rocked them about a decade ago. But for me, I still don't see them as skate shoes, quote unquote per se. I see them as breakdancing shoes. That's all I've ever seen them as, breakdancing shoes. And by the way, breaking isn't for wimps, Christian. It isn't a memory. Yep, talking to you, Soy. Breaking's not for wimps, dude. But that's the only thing I think of when I see Puma shoes in the wild, which is not too often. But hell, actually, they're on my list to get, one day. And I've always wanted a pair. Except now I'll be using them as like chill shoes, right? And not breakdancing. Don't even think about it. I'm not making a comeback. I'm not going to start doing that again. As I mentioned earlier, my dancing days are behind me. That's in the past. I never had the skills, but damn, I do miss like riding Rick with the arrows on the R. The one R going down diagonally and then going up diagonally on the K. Riding that on some cardboard, spinning around on my back. You had the full on. All the dudes had the full-on Puma gear, like the Puma shoes and the windbreaker, the red and black. Got to go red and black, right? Good times. Now I got to watch Beat Street Breaking 1 and 2 again. But shout out to Puma Japan, Y'all are still keeping them alive, and actually you're keeping Zima alive too, aren't you? I need to plan a trip to like Japan soon. Do I have anyone tuning in from Japan right now? If so, keep me in the loop. How's the Puma scene going there? How's the Zima scene? I think you guys still have those kind of, you got them both going. Need to make a trip. But I know there's some couple other videos I checked out. Obviously they weren't as impressive where I wanted to talk about. There was a lot of stuff that came out and just had a crazy week. So I'm happy with what I was able to consume. I was glad I was able to see the latest Warble. And I know the GX1000 crew has a new video out, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to check that out, and I'll probably talk about that next week. But what about you? Is there something that maybe I missed this last couple weeks? Something is a must-see? I know you guys are pretty good at sharing your stuff, but yeah, send it my way. Let me know. See ya.